I am speaking to you now with a warmth that refuses to fade, with a nearness that calls your name beneath your breath, with a certainty that does not break in the wind. I am closer than your pulse and gentler than your next inhale. I have watched you standing at the edge of choices that look like doorways, and I have seen you hesitate, not because you lack courage, but because you carry the weight of what is right. You have asked me if I am here. You have asked me if I am paying attention. Hear me, I am here. I am paying attention. And I am speaking to you now, because I have appointed this moment for you to be found by what you have been seeking. There is a window open before you that no one else can see, and I have preserved this window for your eyes. The world has its noise and its opinions, but I have lifted you into a quiet place where instruction is not a whiplash of fear, but a steady stream of light. You are chosen to see a miracle that does not bow to timelines, circumstances, or the history that tries to define you. Do not tell anyone what I am about to plant in your spirit. Not yet. Guard it like a candle in a windstorm. Hold it until I say, now. Honor the timing, and the timing will honor you. I am not late, I am exact. You said you were tired of promises that never arrive. I tell you, some promises do not arrive because they were not mine, and some promises arrive but cannot be recognized because they come wrapped in unfamiliar paper. I am removing the wrappings now. I am removing the labels other people stuck onto your life. I am removing the false names you learned to answer to when you were younger and hurting. I am returning you to the first name I gave you, beloved. Chosen. Guarded. Sent. There are 25 minutes left on a clock you cannot see with your eyes, but you can feel it beating under your ribs. Do not be afraid of the number. It is not a threat. It is a kindness. It is a countdown to your decision to step forward while the door is still open wide. I am not pushing you, I am inviting you. I am not scolding you, I am drawing you into the place you asked me for when nobody was watching. You told me you wanted more of me. You whispered that you were ready to sign your name to what I am doing. I heard you, and I did not forget. Archangel Michael is at your threshold with a message that trembles with urgency, not because I am losing time, but because you are about to gain it. He has been calling to your attention, tapping the surface of your days, asking you to glance over here, to turn your head, to notice the pattern I have been writing into the details. He is not your judge, he is your guard. He is not your fear, he is your strength. He is not trying to frighten you, he is trying to keep your path clear of the hands that would pull you back in the last minute. Listen, he is begging you to open what I am placing in your spirit. He is begging you to unclench your fist from what cannot love you, so you can hold what I am sending that will not leave you. You have stared at closed doors and blamed yourself. This is not your failure, it is my protection. Doors that could have ruined you stayed shut because I sealed them. Invitations that smelled like sweetness were laced with sorrow, and I did not allow your feet to move toward them. I turned your ear away from counterfeit laughter that would have mocked you later. I let some people misunderstand you to keep your heart from being borrowed and never returned. I know what I am doing with your life. I know what I am building in the center of your chest. I know what you do not say out loud. In 2 minutes, a small sign will touch your day like a fingertip on water. It will spread and circle back to you, and you will know that I have not been playing games with your hope. It might be a message you did not expect, or the unlocking of a conversation you thought was lost, or a provision that slips through quietly and lands exactly where it belongs. Do not chase signs, let them find you. Do not perform for proof, be still and receive. Do not trumpet what arrives, hide it in your heart until I tell you how to share it. The beginning will be tender and swift. You will not need to push it. You will not need to prove it. You will simply know. You have been stalked by a heavy fog of almosts and not yets. I am burning that fog away with a gentle fire that does not consume you. The enemy tried to place a mirror before your face that would not reflect my image, and you thought that mirror was truth. It was a lie. I am handing you a new mirror in my presence, and when you look, you will remember who I said you were before disappointment tried to rename you. I am not the voice that nags. I am not the voice that humiliates. I am the voice that calls your name with so much peace that your shoulders forget how to carry what was never yours to lift. This is the hour in which I straighten the knots in your story. I pull a thread that looked like it would unravel everything, and instead it unravels the knot. I know how to loosen what tightened around you. I know how to break the quiet vows you made in the dark that sounded like protection but were really prisons. Hear me, you will not be punished for surviving. You will not be punished for trying to be strong when you felt alone. I am teaching you a strength that is no longer clenched, a strength that is soft because it trusts me to stand when you need to kneel and to kneel when you need to rest. There are things you wish you could erase, but I am not embarrassed by your timeline. I step into every year with the same holiness, and I place my hands on the moments that scare you, and I breathe. When I breathe, shame leaves like smoke through an open window. When I breathe, memory stops hurting and begins to teach. When I breathe, even loss becomes a seed. You do not belong to the past that used you. You belong to the future that loves you. And the future that loves you is not a vague someday. It is me, here, making something beautiful and durable out of the pieces you carried in both hands. Do not talk about this miracle yet. Do not write it down for an audience that wants your ending but has no patience for your middle. Keep it in the safe I built inside you. There will be a moment to testify, but the first moment is to receive. The first moment is to sit quietly at the mouth of the river and let the water wash over the stones. The first moment is to realize that my kindness is not an event but a climate, not a flash but a sunrise that keeps climbing. You are going to notice that certain cravings fall off your soul like leaves in the change of a season you did not know had already started. You will reach for what used to fill the empty place, and you will find you are not hungry for it anymore. This is not you failing to want, this is you learning to recognize the food that keeps you alive. I am serving you the bread that does not mold and the water that does not run out. I am serving you courage you can actually hold. I am serving you rest that does not feel like surrender to defeat but surrender to love. Michael has stood at your road and turned away the accidents you never saw. He has wiped the dust from your steps and whispered to you when you thought you were talking to yourself. He has watched over the night so you could sleep those few hours that kept your heart from breaking. He does not ask for thanks, he points you to me. He does not ask for attention, he asks for your yes. And I am asking with him, say yes to what I am doing. Say yes without needing all the details in your hands. Say yes with the trust that I will not trick you, because deception is not in my nature, and confusion is not the language I teach. I am moving in places you cannot yet enter. I am speaking into rooms you have not yet been invited to, arranging seats where your name is already engraved, clearing the corners of webs that would have snagged you, softening the hearts that will meet you, and firming the boundaries that will keep you. You do not need to compete, your lane is carved by my wisdom. You do not need to panic, your steps are paced by my breath. You do not need to shrink, humility is not hiding, humility is shining without devouring the room. Within the next minutes you will feel an ease settle on one decision that has stressed your body. It will not mean everything is done, it will mean enough is done to move forward. The next step is small on purpose. Small steps keep you close to me and hard to pull off the path. Those who rushed ahead will not mock you, they will marvel when they see how your small steps gathered a momentum sustained by grace rather than adrenaline. I am not trying to impress you, I am trying to free you. There is a person whose name has tangled your thoughts. You have cried to me about them, perhaps with hope, perhaps with exhaustion. Put their name in my hands and let me hold what you cannot fix. If they belong in your path, I will carve the road so your meeting does not break you. If they do not, I will remove the ache until all that remains is a clean gratitude for what you learned. Release does not mean you never loved. Release means you love without worshiping what could never be your savior. Your provision is not at risk. I repeat that because anxiety repeats too. Your provision is not at risk. I make streams in deserts not because deserts are mistakes, but because deserts teach you to see the stream when it comes. You will not be humiliated by need, you will be educated by trust. I am placing wisdom in your hands that will make you a better steward of what flows. You will look back and see that scarcity taught you how to bless others without bleeding out, and abundance taught you how to stay humble when your table is full. As the minutes move, you will hear the low hum of fear trying to rise. Let it pass. It has no teeth anymore. It only has the old habit of growling. Speak softly to your own heart and tell it to look at me. Look at me, not the clock. Look at me, not the crowd. Look at me, not the memory that swore it would repeat. I am doing a new thing that does not need permission from the past to exist. I am building a future that does not apologize for being beautiful. There is a key I placed in your spirit long ago. You thought you lost it, but you only tucked it away out of caution. Find it now. It is shaped like kindness and resolve. It opens doors that only respond to gentleness and courage. Use it on yourself first. Speak to your own soul with the voice you wish the world would use with you. Then use it on the door I will highlight, the one that looks plain but hides a room of medicine for your life. When the door opens, step in without announcing yourself. Peace does not need an introduction, it is its own credential. Keep quiet about what I reveal until I say otherwise. Secrecy is not shame, it is stewardship. A seed above the ground too soon withers. A secret shared too early becomes prey. Let me grow this in the dark where roots become strong. Let me wrap it with the light that feeds without exposing. Let me decide the hour to lift the veil. When the time arrives, you won't have to force the testimony. It will rise from your chest like a bell, clear and undeniable. You have worried that you already missed it. You have worried that you are too late for the thing that wears your name. Hear me clearly, you are not late to what is yours. You cannot be late to an appointment I wrote into your days before you could read your own calendar. You can only be early or distracted. And even then, I know how to gather you to the exact minute. The world calls it coincidence. I call it care. This is my care for you. I gather the frayed edges of your life into my hands and stitch them with patience. I watch over your sleep. I appoint strength to greet you in the morning like a friend who arrives with fresh bread. I place a hand on your back when you feel alone in a crowded room. I pull you close when the night is loud. I send help that does not need credit. I write mercy in places you thought would hold only consequence. I set a table where you thought you would be left standing. As your heart steadies, notice how the pressure lifts from your forehead. Notice how your breath lengthens. Notice how the room feels safe again. This is not imagination, this is me. I am not far. I am not testing you to see if you break. I am teaching you to be flexible without losing your shape. I am teaching you to be tender without losing your voice. I am teaching you to hope without negotiating your worth. Let the 2 minutes come. Let the small sign arrive and smile when it does. The sign is not the miracle, it is the knock on the door. The miracle is what happens inside you when you open. It is the courage to believe I am this near. It is the peace that refuses to be evicted. It is the wisdom that grows from stillness. It is the new rhythm that guides your steps into rooms where favor looks natural on you, because it is no longer borrowed, it is home. I will not fail you. I did not bring you to the threshold to leave you. I did not call you chosen to make you a spectacle of disappointment. I called you chosen to make you a living proof that love can rebuild anything that time and people broke. You will carry this proof quietly at first, and then more openly, and then with joy that does not apologize for itself. You will not need to defend what I am doing. You will simply be it. If fear knocks, tell it the house is already full. If doubt whispers, invite it to watch as I move, it will grow silent. If shame attempts to borrow your name, hand it back and say, that is not mine anymore. You are stepping into bright ground where your heart remembers how to sing. The song will be simple. The song will be true. The song will be my name in your mouth and your name in my hands. Keep your eyes on me for these remaining minutes. Keep your heart quiet and awake. Keep your hope soft and strong. When the sign taps your day, do not rush to share it. Let it root. Let it rise. Let it change the way you carry yourself through rooms that used to make you small. I am with you in every second, and I am not counting down to frighten you, but to show you that I am precise, attentive, and faithful. Now breathe. Feel how your shoulders fall and your chest opens. That is me, too. I am not only the thunder, I am the gentle rain that follows. I am not only the breakthrough, I am the hand that holds you after the door swings wide. You are safe in me. You are seen in me. You are strong in me. And you are chosen to see what is about to bloom before anyone else can name it. Do not tell anyone yet. Hold it. Guard it. Cherish it. When it is time, you will know. And when you know, you will glow with the quiet certainty that this was always mine to give, and always yours to receive. I am speaking to you now because your heart has been knocking quietly behind everything you do, because in the quiet place where you doubt your worth I have always kept a light. I know the noise around you, the whispers that try to make you small, the memories that try to convince you that delay is denial and that waiting is punishment. Hear me, delay is not denial, waiting is not punishment, and your name has not been misplaced in my hands. 25 minutes remain for the old story to finish its last page, and you are not late. You are right on the threshold. I am closer than your breath and larger than your fear. When you feel the tightness in your chest, that is the place I am widening now. When you cannot see the bridge, that is the moment I am laying it stone by stone beneath your next step. Do not be frightened by the urgency you feel. Urgency is a bell, not a weapon. I ring it to gather your focus, to pull your eyes out of distractions and place them back in alignment with what I am doing. Archangel Michael stands beside you, not as a threat but as a witness to what unfolds when you refuse to bow to counterfeit verdicts spoken over your life. He is begging you only because love, when it knows a door is opening, cannot stay quiet. He says to you, do not let your attention be stolen in these remaining minutes, because the smallest turn of your heart now matters more than 1,000 turns made later. He guards the hinge of this hour. He has watched you in the long nights when even your prayers sounded like someone else's voice, and he knows that your true voice is returning now, clear, steady, brave. You have been trained by disappointment to expect small outcomes. You have been taught by certain faces to shrink your requests so that you will not burden them. But I am not tired of you. I am not counting your questions against you. I am not measuring your boldness by the patience of people who could not see the full portrait of what I painted inside you. Your hunger does not scare me. Your hope does not embarrass me. Your tears are not evidence against you. They are the ink with which I've been writing new margins around your life. I am rewriting the edges so the page can hold more joy, more clarity, more authority. You have thought authority belonged to louder people, but authority belongs to the one who listens when I whisper. Today you are that one. 2 minutes is the time it takes for a heartbeat to change a decision. 2 minutes is the time it takes for a yes to become a door and a wall that pretended to be permanent. When you read these words, do not treat them as decoration. Treat them as a key pressed warm into your palm. Do not place it on a shelf of someday. Use it. Open the inner door, the one you closed after the last disappointment, to let my breath through the rooms that grew stale. I am not asking you to force anything, I am asking you to unlock. I will do the opening. I will do the moving. Your part is to stop bolting the door from the inside with old conclusions. Open it immediately. Do not postpone the simple obedience that becomes a river when you let it flow. I have set in motion what you cannot see. Someone will remember your name without knowing why. A message will find you without your chasing it. A path that looked tangled will show a straight line, not because it was never tangled, but because I lifted your feet above the thorns. Do not measure the miracle by how much noise it makes, measure it by how your inner weather changes. Peace is the first thunder of what I'm doing. Calm is the lightning you feel in your bones that does not burn but illuminates. In 25 minutes, it will not be your circumstances that define you, it will be your alignment. If you will align, even slightly, the weight of the new will swing into place like a door on oiled hinges. You have feared that the private battles you fight disqualify you from public favor. Hear me, I do not disqualify those who come to me honestly. I do not shame those who bring me their unrest. If you could see how many times I have intercepted a blow you never knew was aimed at you, you would stop calling yourself unlucky. Luck is a word of chance. You are not a creature of chance, you are a design, and designs unfold on purpose. The surprising turns you call detours were often shields I used to reroute you from rooms where your name would have been spoken carelessly. I have not protected you to keep you small, I have protected you to make your rising clean. There are hands that tried to shape your story with their fear. There are voices that tried to trade your future for their comfort. Let them go. Bless them and let them go. You do not need their permission to breathe. The air is already here. The next breath is already yours. Archangel Michael stands with his hand on your shoulder even now and asks you to remember, your identity is not a campaign, it is a birthright. You are not a rumor about to be disproved, you are a word I spoke that cannot return empty. Make room in your imagination for goodness that does not have to negotiate to stay. Make room for relief that does not apologize for arriving. This is the moment to change the furniture of your thoughts, to move the heavy chair of old fear away from the center and place courage under the light. Do not confuse stillness with absence. I have been quiet because roots do their best work in quiet. I have been patient because foundations must be poured level before a house can carry songs. You have wondered if I left because I did not answer on the first call. I did not leave. I tightened the weave of your patience, so when favor falls you will not tear under its weight. It is not a small thing to be ready. It is not a small thing to be whole enough to hold what you asked for in your bravest hours. I have been making you whole. You have not been wasting time, you have been becoming a vessel. I will be specific with you now, because your heart needs specifics. In the next span that your clock calls minutes but my hand calls fullness, I am releasing clarity concerning what you carry. You have an assignment, and it is not an echo of someone else's path. It is the original sound I gave you before fear edited it. You have felt it like a song you hum without remembering the words. The words are returning. You will speak simply. You will not perform. You will do the next faithful thing, and that will open the next faithful thing, and a chain of obediences will become a corridor of light that others can walk in. Do not try to build the entire corridor today, build the next lantern. Light it. That is enough. Forgive yourself for the days you tried to outrun your shadow rather than face the light. Shadows only lead when the light is behind you. Turn. Let my light be before you. See how small the shadow becomes when you stop giving it the front seat. You will not be haunted by the old scene that used to play every time you were about to attempt something new. I erase, not with denial, but with a stronger truth. The stronger truth is this: you are chosen to see this miracle, not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. Willing hearts move mountains because I move with them. I am moving with you now. Do not announce what is still forming. Do not tell anyone who cannot celebrate without adding conditions. This is why I tell you to keep quiet for a little while, not because secrecy makes you special, but because tenderness needs protection. A seed must be underground before it is a tree. Hold this close until the first leaves appear. Then, when it is rooted enough to withstand the wind of opinions, let the branches be seen. Until then, let our conversation be your strength. I am not hiding you to deny you. I am hiding you to reveal you at the right height. Where your hands have felt empty, expectancy is the new weight you will carry. Lift your hands anyway. There is something precise I am setting into them, the ability to discern between almost good and truly right. Almost good is a distraction with manners. Truly right will agree with your peace even if it stretches your courage. Choose what agrees with peace. Choose what asks for the highest version of your honesty. This is the test you have already passed, even if you did not realize it, because you kept saying yes to the quiet, difficult right when no one applauded. Heaven noticed. Heaven counts quiet yes like architects count beams. That is why the house can rise quickly now, the beams are already in place. You have feared the clock, but the clock is not your judge. Time is a servant when I am the one who writes the schedule. 25 minutes is enough for me to change what 30 years could not persuade. Do not try to imagine how. Enter the yes you can see. Say yes to clearing what must be cleared. One drawer, one number, one name, one apology, one brave message, one submitted plan. Say yes to rest where rest is obedience. Say yes to action where action is love. This is not a frantic sprint. This is a measured stepping into grace that has already been poured. If you feel unworthy, remember that worthiness does not come from a report card you were never meant to compile. Worthiness is a robe I place on you. You do not earn it, you agree with it. When you agree, you stop negotiating with deserts that promise rain and never give it. You have bargained with the wrong weather long enough. There is rain over you now, a clean rain that does not flood but nourishes. Let it fall on the places you labeled permanent drought. Let it find the seed of joy that you preserved even when you called yourself foolish for hoping. You were not foolish. You were faithful to a future you could not yet describe. I am bringing back the laughter that tells the truth. I am gathering the scattered pieces of your concentration and returning them as focus that feels like relief. I am healing the memory you stood inside of like a locked room. Watch how the door swings inward, not because you forced it, but because you stopped guarding it. You do not need to be the guard and the prisoner anymore. You can be the resident of a place I keep bright. You can be a citizen of calm while the world chooses noise. This is the miracle that arrives first, the quiet authority that alters rooms when you enter them. When the signal comes, and it will be smaller than you expect, like a nudge rather than a trumpet, respond. It might be a phone lighting with a message that aligns with what we have discussed. It might be an idea that repeats for the third day in the same hour. It might be a name you feel compelled to forgive, and in forgiving, you open a gate you did not know was tied to that name. Do not despise the small signal. Small signals often carry large keys. Use them and watch what yields. The ground you thought was iron will open like soft soil under rain. I give you permission to be fully alive in this moment. You have asked me for permission to begin, to believe, to speak, to love, to leave what harms you, to build what blesses others. Here it is, begin. Believe. Speak. Love. Leave. Build. I am with you in each verb. Each motion releases another measure of the miracle already queued for your life. I have not forgotten any detail of what you need. I have not misplaced any promise I whispered to you when fear was loud. I keep promises better than time keeps hours. The hour is mine. You are mine. This is not fragile. This is not at risk. This is held. Archangel Michael, fierce and gentle, stays near to ensure that the old accusations cannot cross into this new chapter. He has already stood in front of the door of your mind and marked it with courage. If you feel the old narrative knock, you do not need to answer. Let courage answer instead. Let the sentence be short and sufficient: that story is no longer my home. Then turn back to the work of joy, which is simply to receive what is given and to give what flows. Your calling will become simpler as you stop complicating your goodness with unearned shame. You are not what you survived. You are who I am making known through your survival. I am placing favor where it can serve, not intoxicate. I am placing opportunity where it can be stewarded, not hoarded. I am placing companions who will not weaponize your honesty. And I am removing appetites that always led you back to rooms without windows. You will notice this: the taste for what drained you will dull. The taste for what fills you will grow. Follow that grace. Let it teach you your own yes and your own no. Your no is a door, too. Use it to keep peace inside. Do not tell anyone, for now, who would turn this holy urgency into entertainment. Let the first evidence be your radiance, not your announcement. Let the first testimony be the steadiness in your eyes. Those who are for you will know, because peace recognizes peace. Those who are not for you will be gently moved to the edges where they cannot interrupt the building. You do not need to fight to keep them there. Love will set healthy distance and keep the gate. Now breathe with me. Feel how the room agrees with this breathing. Feel how your fear loosens its grip as your ribs learn the shape of freedom again. The miracle is not far, it is not complicated, it is not a performance. It is the natural result of a heart aligned with my intention and hands ready for simple obedience. In 2 minutes, something precise will shift. It may be inside you first, do not despise that. Inside shifts are the levers that move the visible world. When it moves, treat it with gratitude, not suspicion. Receive it the way soil receives rain, open, steady, grateful. I am not late. I am exact. You are not overlooked. You are seen, carried, and empowered. Keep your eyes here for these remaining minutes. Guard your attention like a treasure. Let distractions fall like leaves that have finished their season. Lift your face to the light that is already yours. This is my message to you. You are chosen to see this miracle, and the choosing is not fragile. It is firm. It is kind. It is now. Open it immediately. Keep it close. And walk forward, because the path that once hid from you is greeting your feet with welcome.